Involve, improve, inspire.
I guess, I've probably experienced continuous improvement for years because I started off as an engineer. I did an engineering apprenticeship with the Ministry of Defence. So, albeit a few years back, there was a lot of continuous improvement there, a lot of standardisation, and particularly working within the arms industry. Quality was so important. From there, I worked in the city for a number of years. So once again, I got involved with continuous improvement there, not in an engineering field, but certainly in an administrative field. And then I trained to be a teacher, and sort of went back into engineering, working with Ford Motor Company and the Premier Automotive Group, and working in the motor industry. And I'm a car nut, so for me that made great sense. I was traditionally trained as a problem solver, so working with Ford Motor Company Global 8D, which I know you're aware of, is a massive product within Ford and used globally to solve huge problems. That's the predominant one that I used, and then from there it went into FMEA, so problem prevention, and then got into sort of analysing, so dynamic control planning, SPC, all the MSA, all the different acronyms you can think of, but it was about looking at data, identifying problems, getting to the root cause of them, finding the reason why that happened in the first place, so the escape route, as Ford called it, just making sure that the quality, the cost and delivery was all good. Well, many of the tools that I've used are good tools, but they can only go so far. What I found with the Greenbelt training, particularly with the DMAIC, which I'm familiar with but have never really used, has been of great help, because there's a lot of tools that I've heard of, I've seen, I've been involved with, but I've not actually used. And I think, seeing Greenbelt training, seeing DMAIC and seeing how useful it is and breaking it down in the way that the course has been excellent. And for me personally, I've spotted things that I've known about, I've seen, but haven't used, so really it's expanded my knowledge and given me extra experience. I think, it's given me a lot of good stuff to go out there with and to teach and to use as a project manager as well. For me, I'm a teacher, I'm a classroom teacher, I'm a qualified teacher. So for me, you can't beat being in a classroom environment. There's a number of courses that you can buy online, sure, you can get accredited, but for me it's about, as a teacher and also as one of the learners, as I am on a Greenbelt training course, it gains my attention, it's of great interest, and it gives me a desire to use the products in the future. You can't get that online. I like the relevance of the course, the actual classroom course, because the tutor will talk about what's relevant to me and to my business. So for me, that adds great more benefit than just simply passing an exam online. I found the simulations really good. They were different to what I've used, so from my own personal point of view, that they're extra tools that I can put into my tool bag and use for my learners. I found them quite stimulating, I found them interesting, and in some way quite relevant. So yeah, I found them very interesting. Yeah, from a CPD point of view, it's of great benefit. In the last 20 years working in a continuous improvement environment, my CV's expanded and expanded. Whereas a non-accredited course, a certificate of attendance doesn't really pull the same weight. So for me, it adds to my own personal knowledge, my CV, and for my future as well.